Hey, what's up, fellas? It's about 10 or 11. I'm not sure what time. I don't keep a watch anymore. There is the Franklin Mountains. I don't know if you know much about El Paso, but we had a mass shooting down here in 2019 where I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. So now all of the Walmarts, and I was just at Walmart. All the Walmarts have either security guards that aren't armed, and then they have like guys which are called moonlighting, police officers that are moonlighting. They're all dressed up in their uniform, and they're armed, and the rest of that stuff, but they're not. Wait for it. Anyways, they're armed and all that, but they're not actually on duty. And of course, any police officer going to tell you, I was on duty 24 hours a day. So yeah, sure you were, buddy. Anyways, I'm about to blow my nose. Hang on. So I'm in line at the Walmart at the self-checkout center, and I hear two employees of Walmart off of Red and Wrestler. They're fighting over by the customer service counter about something. The girl's maybe this much shorter than the guy, but she's big. She's got fucked up hair, means that it's purple. She's got the earrings, the ring in her nose, weird eyebrows. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they're like art. Anyways, she's about anti-attractive as you can get. And she's doing the thing with the neck, going by, and then she starts pointing in this man's face. And he told her several times. He puts his hands up. He backs up twice, and then here's where it got sideways. She spit on him, and as soon as she spit on him, he took his hand and he boom backhanded her in the face, and she fell down on her butt. And this girl had to weigh at least 40 pounds more than this guy. And he was just, you fucking, that's assault in where I'm from. You spit on me. I don't know if you've AIDS. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But you cross that line, you want to be treated like a man. Ladies, I got no problem treating you equally. So that is what it is. And then, of course, everybody was, rather than go in there, everybody had their phones out and was that, and I just started shaking my head, started speeding up, checking out, and of course, the police officer, it was a county sheriff, El Paso County Sheriff, comes running down there, and before anything could happen. By the way, the girl, she's just sitting on the floor, and her eyes had to be this big. Her eyes had to be about as big as the back of her arms. You know, where they got those rolls and the flaps. And she seemed absolutely shocked. She had a little bit of blood coming out of her nose, and her mouth was red where he backhanded her. The El Paso County Sheriff guy got about 20 feet away, and I don't know if you know much about how they teach people. You can't sprint. If you're going to help somebody or get in a fight with somebody, you can't be so out of breath when you get there that you can't do your job or fight. So anyways, I'm fucking down by. And about 10 or 15 feet away, the police officer got himself under control so he wasn't going too fast. And he's like, what the hell's going on here? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, and he didn't pull a weapon. He didn't pull a taser. He didn't do anything like that. The male employee, it's all on camera, sir. There's cameras in here. Please just go review it. I'll do whatever you say. And he kept his hands up. And that's a very good thing. You keep your hands up, or you keep them folded like this in front of you across your belly or your groin area. That way they don't have to, they can kind of do what they're doing, but they can also see that you're not moving your hands around and sticking your hand. Don't fucking stick your hand in your pockets. And anyways, but both of the men did everything right, and this woman just da 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 da, how she's gonna beat his ass, and I just swearing and swearing, and the assistant manager comes out, and the manager comes out, and they're looking at this girl, and they're like, "Oh my God, we hired a fucking psychopath." So, anyways, this doesn't fucking concern me, so I don't know what happened, but I know that bitch got fucking backhanded, so. It made me proud. And I just packed my shit up, paid my bill, and got the fuck out of there. I didn't see anything. I don't have an opinion on it. I'm not videotaping it. I'm not trying to involve myself in anybody else's life or drama. So I roll out and I get back here to the house, and I figured that I'll do my video that I wanted to do earlier today, but I got changed up on it. I'm going to name this why you as a man can simply change your environment to give yourself a fresh start. And I mean an absolutely fresh start. You'll get a new perspective. You'll get to literally reinvent yourself if you're willing to move. And I mean, you can move from one town to the next town and reinvent yourself. One of the things that I think most military people learn, because they move them used to, well, when I was in, they used to move us every 3 years. Even if you were married, pick you up and move you to a different part of the country, and they do that for different reasons, psychological reasons. The Air Force doesn't do this, but that's not really the military, except if you're a combat air controller, a pilot, or a PJ. All the rest of them they're just admin pukes. So just kidding. We love the Air Force. Love all the branches of the service, but the first one is the most important one, which is the Army. So here you go. Even if it's for you to go to school, let's say you decide to go to Wyoming Tech and become a commercial welder, like I have a guy I'd really admire. His name's Richard Crackery, and he changed his life. He decided he became a commercial welder, and that man's doing good. All that to say, he had to be willing to go to a different place to train. And he was. And then he got a couple of opportunities because he had a security clearance when he was in the military. He was a grunt, which those guys, 0311s and you infantry guys, you have a very special little place in my heart. Anyways, I digress. I wrote some notes down. Why changing your environment can give you a good fresh start and a new perspective. Yeah, military allow you. Yeah, and when you get a chance to change your environment voluntarily, I'm not talking about going to fucking jail. That's it. Yeah, that's a change in environment, but that ain't voluntary. And no, you can't. You can make life-changing changes when you're in jail, but they never mind. I digress. All right, let's say you've grown up in this small town for your entire life, and you're either going to work at the local plant, the local lumber yard, or the local shipping yard, whatever it is, the local farms, whatever it is, and you want something different. Well, there is a way to do that. Change your environment. And I'm not talking about buying a new sofa or putting new drapes up in your bathroom. Yes, that is technically changing your environment, but that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. Being willing to move. When you go to a new place, 5, 10, 15, 20. I moved from Manassas, Virginia to El Paso. I'd never been here before in my life. But I came here because the women to men ratio is 3.5 to 1. Might even be 4 or 4.5 to 1 now. Anyways, all that being said, is that when I got here, the people that knew me in Manassas weren't here. I got to reinvent myself and reinvent my life. And I got to be able to make better decisions by learning from my past mistakes. So my life here is dramatically better than it was. And I lived in Manassas, Virginia for a very long time. Worked in D.C. and, anyways, I hope it makes sense. And there are plenty of opportunities to in your career phase where you can trade up or go sideways or take something, but it gives you a fresh start, a fresh perspective. And you know what? I mean, a change in your environment can do you a lot of good for your mental health. That's also like if you live in a pretty big city, or which I hope you get out of the fucking cities. Um, if you live in a good community area, branch out. We go here. We go probably at least twice a month to a new city. I think our last place was Hatch, New Mexico, and we wanted to go to the world famous Sparks place to get a burger. We didn't know anybody there. Nobody knew us. We could have been whoever we wanted to be for the day. And I'm not saying lie to people or anything like that, but I'm telling you, a change in your environment can change everything in your life. And I didn't know anybody here. I speak pretty good Spanish, but I think I'm less than 11% of the population here. And I'm and I'm having a great time. So, living probably, let me steal something from the women. I'm living my best life. Fuck out of here. Anyways, hope it makes sense. And one of the things that give us as men an advantage is the fact that we're willing to move. We're willing to change our environment. That I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a guy, World According to Briggs, and the people that track movings. They're saying that 2023 people are going to be moving all over the place. So, especially if you have a job that you can take with you, and almost all of the trades you can do anywhere. So, I hope you consider it. You know, because if you did something really embarrassing when you were a younger guy, you may get a label or you may get a bad nickname or something like that. You can shed all that shit. You don't have to carry that shit around with you because you won't know those people. You get brand new people. I guarantee you. And you can, it's worth it if you want to take a chance. And look, if you're ever going to take a chance in your life, I expect you to take a chance on yourself because you're worth it. All right? Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of yourself. Like a fart in a G string. West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye bye.